back. Today is going to be a bit of a different video than normal. It's not really going to be Sims related, but hopefully some of you still find it interesting. Basically, I recently converted from MacBook to PC, and I thought it would be fun to share with you my gaming setup, my accessories, my streaming equipment. It's really nothing professional, but it's still an upgrade from my MacBook. And quite frankly, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I thought it might be fun to show you what I've learned along the way. So I think I see this video divided into 3 parts. We're gonna do the before, the after, and the accessories. Basically, I've been playing Sims for a very long time, since Sims 1, but I've been playing The Sims 4 on my MacBook since it came out. I use the application Origin, and I've gone through a few different MacBooks, to be honest. I played it on a MacBook Air, and more recently, MacBook Pro 2020. I never really had any issues. There was only a little bit of lagginess as I bought all of the expansion packs and I downloaded 10 gig worth of custom content and mods. But if you're playing vanilla and your MacBook has enough space, you should be totally fine. However, in February of this year, I decided to start streaming and my MacBook decided to take an early retirement. So it managed to survive about 3-4 months of streaming. I don't think I had a single stream without tech issues. Either it was super laggy or the audio and visuals weren't in sync. I'll insert a quick video here what my setup used to look like. I knew very quickly that it was not going to be a long-term solution. So that's when I started my hunt for a gaming PC, which brings me to chapter 2, after. I think it can be very overwhelming to start the search for a gaming PC, especially if you are not a tech head like I am. I'm very fortunate that I have a boyfriend who knows all about gaming PCs and setups. So he was able to really tell me what I needed. But one website that I discovered along the way, which was so useful and I cannot recommend enough, is called pcspecialist.co.uk. They also have a German equivalent, which is what I use. I don't know what other locations they have. Basically, the website has a bunch of pre-builts already that you can go through and customize depending on what you need. We'll get to the aesthetics in a second, but just in terms of the hardware, it really breaks it down really simple and clean for beginners like me. And what I found super useful was to compare the games that you play. So for me, it was The Sims, Planet Zoo, and Warzone. Look at the minimum spec requirements and then just go through and beef it up a little on the website. Down below, I'll put all the specs of the one that I went with. It was more of a custom one, but regardless, you will definitely find what you're looking for on this website. My PC arrived within a week of ordering it, which was really much appreciated because I was pretty desperate at this point. Here's me unpacking it and getting so excited. Okay, that was super easy to unpack. It basically came with a little welcome box here, and then it was just wrapped in this memory foam, or it's not memory foam, just foam. One layer of plastic, and then you get a little sneak preview of the color. Installation was super easy. It actually asks you a bunch of questions on checkout about what kind of browser you want installed. And I was playing on my PC within an hour of it arriving in the door. So, fun part, aesthetics. PC Specialist has so many customization options. I went with a white body and then this pink mesh on the outside. Most of my setup is white and pink, which you'll see in a second. Obviously, I went with LEDs and I bought some extras. I forgot to mention the noticeable difference of playing Sims on a gaming PC versus a MacBook, and have all of the graphics and specs on high, which I actually found has made the biggest difference in edge smoothing. So the graphics and the Sims and the items are just a lot more crisp and sharp. As I said, the game ran still quite smoothly on the MacBook Pro, but it's more the graphics that I've noticed just look a lot better with the power of the PC. I didn't really have much lagginess on my MacBook Pro pre-streaming, so can't really say I've noticed a huge difference with that specifically. Which brings us to the final part, chapter 3, the accessories. All right, so I don't really even know where to start with the accessories, but basically I'm gonna insert a video here of my full setup. I have 2 monitors, I have my keyboard, my mouse, I have a leather pad underneath, and then for streaming I obviously have my mic, webcam, and ring light. Okay, let's start with the monitors. I have 2 LG 4K monitors from, guess where? Amazon. I really don't want to be recommending Amazon, but to be honest, I really don't think you can go wrong. They have such a great returns policy at Amazon. You really can't go wrong because you can order something, use it for maybe a couple days, and if you're finding that it's not working for you, you can return it with really no questions asked. For my keyboard and mouse, I've gone with Razer, which has been recommended to me many times by fellow streamers. The mouse was easy because I wanted something with support on my hand, and it was on sale when I bought it, so that was an easy purchase. For my keyboard, I struggled a little bit because I was also using the Apple keyboard before, and it works, but it didn't have a number pad. And for a lot of the games I play, number pads can be very useful, so I knew I needed something larger. However, keyboards are so specific about the sound of the clicks that you make, so let me just make a test type. See if you can hear this. It's so clicky, and I actually ordered 2 keyboards to start with because I didn't know what kind of sound I wanted. In the end, I went for this more clicky one, but I was very tempted to stick with the other one, which actually did have neon LEDs, which I liked, but I preferred the simplicity of the Razer. But I do think that is an important point if you are looking to upgrade your keyboard, is to go to a store and test out the different clickiness of a key. Okay, now on to streaming equipment. So I want to say a huge thank you to Elgato, who kindly sent me a box of goodies about 2 months ago. They really elevated my setup. So for lighting, I actually only use one Elgato ring light, which is what is on right now. You can adjust the brightness and the warmth of the light, and just does the job very well. And I use the Elgato Wave 3 mic. So that is what is sitting down right in front of me now. They also sent me the Elgato arm, which I haven't installed yet, but I might try to hook up my webcam in the future. And for webcam, I use the Logitech C922, I think it's called, which I just got on Amazon. I just read a bunch of blogs and it seemed to be on top of the list on most of them. So sorry, I actually forgot these are the last accessories. So for headphones, I use these Bose ones. They're noise canceling. I use them for editing. Hang on. Can't even hear myself right now. I use them for editing videos because obviously my boyfriend works behind me and I need total silence when I edit. These really do the job well and they're super comfortable around my ear. And I think that's everything. So I'll insert a few clips of my setup during the day and night. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below and I'll happily try to help you out. But remember, I'm not an expert. This is just me doing my own research online and trying to figure it out. So that is it for my setup. I hope you found that interesting and maybe learned something from it. Normal Sims content will resume from next week, and I will see you all in my next video.